Hey, what's up, Weekly Dama News? Kendertainment's MJ right here. Thanks for joining me in this wrap-up of what has been happening within the past week of the Dama sphere. Sorry for a little bit of the lateness coming in. Had a busy morning, did some extra shoppings that had to be internationally done. So, hey, but here we are, Weekly Dama News, coming in at you Wednesday over here in the JP time, 11 in the morning, 11:17 if we want to say. So thanks everyone for joining. There's a lot of stuff that happened, and I think even just recently in the past few days, a lot of things popped off, and there might have been some things that I missed. So we're going to be going through the posts that I've saved throughout Instagram, and I think there was a few things that I saw on YouTube as well, so maybe making some note of those. And then if there's anything that I forgot, of course, we'll be having everyone contribute, put in your part for this weekly Dama News. It's not just a one-sided thing, it's a community-based thing, so everyone's got their eyes on the Dama, and sometimes there's things that we miss, so here's the place where we share that stuff and just talk out, nerd, if you will, about the stuff. And hey, if you're a usual, come in here, or even for the first time, come and joining the live stream. At the end of every weekly Dama News, the last section, we do a Q&A, so there's a little question tool that you can use right at the bottom down here, and now's your chance to fill in the questions. Hey, even if you don't stick around and for the very end of it, I will answer the question, and then you can watch back on the archive here on Instagram, or just wait until I post it up as a podcast or up on YouTube. All right? Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. All right, everyone. So I'm not sure if you can hear the airplane. Sorry about the noise. Got the windows open. It's getting hot over here in Japan. You know, anyone who's coming for the KWC, get ready. It's going to be hot. Rainy season is happening right now in Japan, and once the rainy season finishes, then it officially turns into summer, and all the humidity from the rainy season, which is about like a month of rain almost. So we've been here and there so far. Last week it was all raining. This week's been pretty nice, but that's when the heat, that humidity, all that sticky, icky Sour Mash humidity. If you got a Sour Mash, this is the place to play it, but it is also a great place to play Natty Damas. This is when they exfoliate the best in this moisture. It's ridiculous. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. And some of the first things, let's see, I go to my latest, my oldest post that I saved was AKO. AKO? Wait, this is a new one. So many abbreviations that we've found. What is it called? An acronym of different types of events that are happening. This weekend, we got the KCK, which is like the California Kendama Cup. But I was like, wait, isn't there like a China Kendama Cup? I'm like, is that the same? Or is it China Kendama Open? CKO? It gets a little confusing. I think we need to change this abbreviation to something else so we can remember it a little more. Like things like NACO kind of rolls off the tongue much better than NAKO. I guess you could say it that way. KWC, right? There's a few different ways, and some of these newer ones, maybe it's just harder to get a grip of in the mind. But in any case, AKO, you guys know what I'm talking about? Austrian Kendama Open. Austrian. All right. So it is going down next month from the 15th to the 16th, 2-day event put together, I believe, by Irk over at the Origins. You got beginner competition. There's going to be an open division. There's going to be one-on-one freestyle. There's going to be Game of Ken tournaments. Going back to it, games of Ken games, however you want to say it. So fun, super awesome to do. One of the things, I think the top game to play if you are in a Kendama club, in a group that meets up like weekly, monthly, or whatever, just to stoke everyone out, show everyone what the new tricks are that you've been learning, or maybe as a group you're progressing on and trying to get better at. It's also a great place for me when I was always playing. It's good to really gauge yourself and hold yourself to the different skill levels that you have around you. All right. Games of Ken, they're for fun. They're not for winning. In this case, it's going to be tournament style, so you want to win. But at the same time, they're for fun. There's different ways that you can take upon games of Ken. If you're going to be the person who just goes straight for the throat, throwing crazy tricks that will be difficult for your opponent. If you're the person who knows your opponent, weak points, and then you just do those, If you're the person who's going to throw in like a crazy long line or just a single motion move, but that is really rarely done, nobody really does it, or like it's just so specific, unique to your play style that, yeah, it's going to be pretty much a guaranteed point for you. Or if you're going to be the, the person who looks at your skill level, your opponent, and sees like, all right, let's take it easy. Even if their skill level is really high, it's like, we're going to enjoy this game. So let's start off with like around USA, right? The Ken game, what was it? The Sweets Staff Ken game tournament has been happening for a little bit over on YouTube, on the Sweets Kendama YouTube channel. And it's been a while since, they've been posting those videos. It's not all the time. I don't think there's only been like 2 or 3 matches so far, but you can see how the different styles of play for each person, if they're going to be going straight for that win, or if they're going to be like, hey, let's enjoy this. Let's kind of push each other. There have been a few good matches, but I feel like when you're playing games of Ken, you always want to like just have it like a nice serenade where it starts off nice and cool and everyone's having a good time, and there's peaks and valleys that happen within it. Emotions start running, and then right at the end is the crescendo of the Ken game, and that's when it's like everyone, both sides, if you're the winner or the person who didn't win, I want to say loser, is just smiling at the end of it. So super amazing. So there you go. More awesome events happening in Europe. I said it last week's episode, say it again. This year might be the year of Europe, where all the Kendama world got their eyes on like what's happening in Europe. What are the brands doing? What kind of events? What kind of players are out there? Because it's a different scene. Luckily, we were able to see that with the Twitch stream from Sweets a bit ago. Okay, so that was one. What is this one? Okay. Oh, I got clip of the week. So we're going to go with that. That's going to be towards the end. All right. Connecting with, hey, a raffle that was going down. All right. With the Kendama Hand Turners Collective. There's a group that has come together. Dama, aka Hand Plant, Perspective, and Quad getting together to make kendamas. They all have like the same amount of types of wood that they decided to use. The designs are a little different, and they did a raffle so people could win some of their stuff, and of course support these guys and these hand turners for making these. Because really, if you're going to try to just find a hand turned kendama or order one from someone, it's going to run you a good amount. It's going to be like $200, all right, US. Could be even more, maybe, depending on what kind of wood you use. If it's something that's simple, but still it's hand done, it's going to be up there. And that's why we see like the grain theories even being a very high price, because they are done like one by one hand, not exactly hand turned, just with like a one tool, what are they called? Cutter? A tool? I'm going to say a tool. It's not CNC. It's not a machine that knows exactly. It's not a robotic arm that goes and cuts the cups and then takes it and does it all. Those can be good, but that, is what we are all used to when we are thinking about our Chinese-made, beautifully Chinese-made from Hundui factory. So in any case, Kendama Hand Turners Collective, they had a lot of people sign up. We didn't get the winners right away, as they were mentioning when they started the raffle. They said it's going to be the next day after the raffle finishes. But they're like, we have so much, we can take some time. So it took 1 extra week, which is totally fine, not complaining at all. And they released the winner. So congrats to the winners. I did not win, sad, but it was really cool the way that they did it, because it was like a spinning wheel, and you could see how many people, who the big top supporters were, because you could see that their piece of the pie in the spinning wheel to see who the winner was massive. Okay, so that was cool to see and be like, oh, okay, a bit of a flex, or just saying like props to those people who put in the support where they can. And you see some people who are like big dogs in the game who are like still supporting like massive amounts. So it's amazing, so cool, because since Kendama is so small, that's what we have to do. We love it so much. There's plenty of people who do, or nerds just like me and you, who love it so much and want to support it, to see it grow into something better, even more. Even though it is amazing right now, we just want to see what the future can hold. Where's the Elon Musk of Kendama? I don't know, but he might be around the corner. We don't know. All right. So bam, bam. Okay, sticking with EU. All right, what's happening? What are the different kind of brands? Hey, Kendamas is a brand out of, where are they from? Latvia? I think they're from Latvia. And they got this post, intrigued me. All right, it says, these had been one of the most beloved Tamas out there. Okay, they're talking about these guys. Yeah, you probably don't know that, but it's actually it's a very complex process to make these guys. Interesting, right? This is one of those brands where people probably think, like me too, that it's just another normal kind of sticky AF lol clear out of Hyundai factory. But no, they do something extra. They do some extra kind of like top glaze to it that makes it different. All right. So Kendamas is one. I know Kendama Europe is another one that adds something to their sticky paints, which is in-house. So is in-house. And is not standard. So it's something, another point for people to be like, hey, okay, what kind of paint is this about? Everyone's just defaults to the hype beast of paints being the Sulab friction clear. And hey, maybe there's other stuff out there. So Okendamas, maybe they're going to be coming out with or a restock of this really popular type of paint or Tamas that they had in the past. Love the colorway. I mean, you can't go wrong with just a simple 70-30 solid color. It's going to be beautiful on any setup you got. So awesome. So Kendama's got stuff going on. They're doing stuff all the time. And hey, talking about California Kendama Cup, the CKC, yeah? Guess who's out there bringing up a special Tama made just for them? Kendama ISR. Kendama Israel has become the go-to place for event Tamas. For event, anything that's specifically made for an event, if it's going to be a Tama that you can purchase, if it's going to be a trophy Tama, Kendama ISR has got it. So it looks like they're just going to be helping out everyone in the community. If you got an event going, if you want to get something special made that has their signature, design, illustration, paint as well, hit them up. Kendama ISR, that's so cool to see. All right, and what was I gonna say? I thought I had something else in the tip of my mind, but nope, in the tip of my mind. Grain Theory Pro from the EU. Now there's a lot more EU homies on the Grain Theory team, but Teodor Fiorina, Teo's got his optics mod comes back. Now, not in the TC shape, but it is in his Pro shape. Yes, granted, it is a Hyundai China-made factory Ken, but it's still in his shape. So if you didn't have the funds to pick up one of his shapes in the hardwood, crafted over in the US, now is your chance to get one at a cheaper price, more affordable, and still with an amazing. So you gotta love the half splits, man. I got a bunch right here. Gotta love half splits. And then the white and black, it has become like a classic because you cannot go wrong again with just hitting up the yin yang, true opposites. It works so well. And then of course the awesome design that's within it. Oh, hey, more EU stuff connecting with kind of Soul Kendamas. So do I have more posts on this? No. Soul Kendamas, I think, what was it last time I was talking about it? I'm all over the place, guys. What's up? Good morning. I'm going to have some more coffee. Soul Kendama's got a bunch of brand new merchandise, some new clothing, some articles of clothing for everyone to enjoy to wear for the wonderful weather coming up ahead. And they had a set that was produced, made, designed by Kelvin Wong. And then just like I think a few days later, they released this post working with Dama. Rie? In Japanese, the R-I-E would be Die. Is it Dama? Dama? Die Dama? Once you go Jax, Sweets Kendama's sponsored player, girlfriend, has designed some interesting Kendama merch. And now it is on the Soul's. Look. It's like a cup. It's like a cup of dirty cup ramen. I mean, the design is not dirty. It's just cup ramen is just so bad. Cup ramen with the kendama going through it. Cool. Awesome design. Hey, you got, this one's probably my favorite. I thought it was a fried egg, but nope. It's a cup of Java, cup of Joe, cup of Soul. Right in there. That one's really, really cool design. I like that one. And then, oh, getting triple designed out right there. And it's all like Japanese themed. At first, did it say? Oh no, I thought it said Soul. And that would have been dope if it said, that kind of looks like an S, right? You know, guys, how like Google, like every month or something, especially in the past, they had just, it spelled out Google, but with a different kind of like designer's flair on it. I thought this said Soul. That would have been dope if it said Soul, but it doesn't. In any case, cool designs right here. Good shit. Awesome to see. And again, connecting with Europe. What more could you want? Ba-da-bop-bop. All right, man, I actually don't have a lot. Congrats. More things have been announced. Sweets Kendamas. Community. What is it called? Kendama Series. The art series has finally, we've chosen our winners. Happy to see that, hey, there are some really, really dope designs that are out there. Some that have kind of borrowed elements, maybe aesthetics of kendamas from the past. Example, but still not saying any, not taking away from the awesome designs that these people have made. But here we go. Like the first, oh, can I swipe and see? Oh yeah, here we go. The first one, awesome, from Zoe Yao. All right, a Tang Orchid. Oh, there's some, okay, let's read the brief description. Did you guys read it? Tang Orchid, the orchid presented with a blue and white porcelain pattern. The design got its inspiration from the renowned Chinese Tang Dynasty blue and white porcelain. So this one, anyone in the comments, you guys know what this one reminds me of? Yeah. Reminds me of Friday Kendama. They released a full porcelain kendama. Of course, it's not real porcelain. It's not like Zach Yord jams from the OG days, but it is a porcelain designed. There we go, coming in. DJ's got it. Friday Kendama. They had a full white ken with this really cool blue floral pattern. I guess this orchid, Tang Orchid pattern going around the whole ken, as well as on the Tama. It looks like actual porcelain because I think it is all, I've never played it, and I'm interested to see like if it is sticky cleared or not. But it maybe the Tama was a sticky clear and the paint on the ken was just normal, slippery AF. So awesome design. We've seen, it looks good, looks dope. Next one, perspective. The one vote that I made was for PK right here, perspective, done in a beautiful way. Very, very like subtle, but there is a good amount of detail work in the whole thing. It almost looks like, for me, I don't know, it looks like a pair of like designer jeans or something. Like there's maybe this kind of like race car lines in the middle to split it. You got some good amount, yeah, the detail around the Tama hole to give you that the scope almost looks really cool. And again, just the overall like just dark color of it, really dig. Very nice. And then the last one, the Boston's already in it. Scarce. This is the first thing I saw. So again, you know, even with scarce, like I'm sure they'll say it themselves, but like it's like your traditional tattoo, American traditional flair of illustration, which is dope. They always look cool. You can't go wrong because the simple, effective look of it is so great. You got the good amount of colors as well. And here, yeah, it just matches so nicely because it's going to be connected with a floral, natural kind of thing. Kendama's made out of wood, very natural. So that's really cool to see from Seto. And even it says right on top, American Traditional Tattoo. Name of the design, that's what it is. No special, nothing. It just says, brief description, a shout out to the American Traditional Tattoo Style Artist. Bam. And I think the really cool part, actually, I didn't notice until now, is the ken. You got a good amount of, I mean, looks pretty simple. It looks like they spent a lot of time on the Tama design, and we're like, oh shit, like I can do the ken, but I only have like a day left. scratched up something to put on the can. I could be wrong. Maybe they spent a long time on it. And then some filler stars and dots on the sarado. Very, very big in traditional American tattoos to just fill it in. And I didn't go into the brief description. It says brief description here, but dude went in. Dude went in hard. Did not do brief. Oh, hey, there you go. Getting some facts here in the comments. The guy who designed that is actually a tattoo artist. So makes sense. So maybe he didn't slap it together, or maybe he did. And it's just so easy. He's like, whatever, this will be fine. It'll work. That's really cool then. Bam. Okay. Ooh, an interesting point. Didn't look until now. So there's designs on the Kens for the blue orchid, the Tang orchid, and then for the traditional. But here, 0. Keeping it simple. Okay, so let's go in the brief description from Christian, a perspective Kendama. Crazy Energy is the name of the design. Brief description. I live in a village near Barcelona. Next to my home, there's a very special mountain called Montserrat. I got inspired on the design thanks to the unique shape of the mountains, and also they have a very unique energy similar to the connection we have in our loved community. He's got points right there. So I feel that expressing this on a kendama would be ideal. I hope you like it. I did like it, and I'm stoked that, one of my picks got in there. There were so many designs out there, and the final 10 right at the end to be picked. And then, of course, there's people who chose this one, people who chose that one. So if one of the designs that you chose, because we were only allowed 1 vote per person, I don't think it was like that in the past, but to have the person that you voted for make it to the top makes you feel good, Makes you feel good. Oh, man. Yeah, right. There could be hits and misses, but hey, with everything, art is subjective. There could be good things, bad points, as well as if you're a creative out there, if you're doing any kind of like art or some sort of project, you can always look back on it and say like, this is not finished. Like, oh, that could have been better. That could have been better. So, there's so many different elements within the design process that could keep you from finishing up on time, or could make you finish up and just be like, well, I just got to send it in. And sometimes those deadlines are important. I know personally, totally, they're very important to get my ass to work and to put stuff out. Speaking of putting stuff out, anyways, congratulations to everyone who took part in that community artist series. It's really dope that Sweets puts that together, so it can just shine on and for some people in the community to have a go at designing a Tama and getting it made and go out to the world. That's like one of the dreams, I think, of anyone playing Kendama. It's like you want to become a sponsored player and then pro, because for some people it's like, I just want to design a Kendama that I could say I made and it's out there. And here they give you a loophole, a wormhole to get to that position and just showcase your art. Amazing. Fun fact, I started Instagram. I'm an old man when it comes to all this social media stuff. I started Instagram because of the very first Sweets Kendama's Kendama art series collection, whatever they call it. Yeah. Another fun fact, because I was like, well, hey, did pretty good. I made it to the top 10. Didn't make it, of course, in the finals. Created. But hey, super stoked. And here I am now doing more shit. Any case, what I was going to say, getting stuff done. Dama Nerds. Little self-promotion. Dama Nerds. Episode 5.8 is finally out. Me, Rod, The Mash, Kelvin Wong, Kevin DeSoto, as well as Chado got together in this room right here during a Sulab final farewell party as they were closing up their shop, and we stepped out for an hour or two and hung out here at my place, and we recorded an episode. It was going to be a Soul Squad episode like we did, I think 2 years prior, but we shifted and it just got so honed and focused in on Catch and Flow, because so much has happened from that first time we did it. Yes, we were talking about Catch and Flow, but it was really short, and we just really dove in to the whole catch and flow and competitive scene within Kendama of 2022 December at that end of the time. Because since then, again, I need deadlines. I was slacking on the deadline to get that episode out, but finally got it out. But since that time, we recorded it, and what has happened now, we've seen EKC just create a monster of an event in good ways, and then we see a new kind of style of mashing traditional with youth, with flair, with style, and it's just been pushing not only like the playing, but also the event space and how the event goers react. So it was an amazing thing. So keep that in mind, right? There's a few posts that I already posted on the Dama Nerds account, and people were having good conversations. But just to let you guys know, like, this was at this time. It was like, it's like when you're watching Toy Story, the first one, and you're watching it nowadays, you're like, oh man, look at all those polygons. But at the time, it was amazing. It was a feat of technology. So in some ways, right? So any case, it's out. We talk all about an hour and a half almost of just pure competition, the ins and outs of it. And hey, there's a lot of information from Kevin DeSoto from KG because he's a judge, and we hear a lot of things. Hey, some like hot takes on some things that have happened, some of the bouts that were won during Catch and Flow last year. Some people that should have gone this way, should have gone that way. So go check it out. Definitely, it's up right now wherever you can find your podcasts, and it's up on YouTube as well. And hey, if you're a Patreon, thank you so much for the support. It's amazing to have you supporting, and you can go watch the full version. So what I do, a little information for everyone here, what I do for the Dama Nerds on YouTube, the public version, I'll take like however many hours it is, and you get like 10 minutes of that within video form. So example, if it's a 1 hour Dama Nerds, you get 10 minutes of like footage, what the video is like at the first half. And then if you go over to, I think like our Sander episode, it was a 3-hour jam. So you get 30 minutes. So every 1 hour is a 10-minute increment. So yeah, so you can get the vibe of what it's like. But yeah, moving on over. So that's Dama Nerds 5.8. 5.9 has been recorded. We're going to be working on that hopefully next week. It's already Wednesday over here. Got some stuff to do. Going to be working on that soon. And then been in touch with Rod, but he's all over the place. If you follow Rod right now, Rod Dama, where is he? He's versing the world again. And he's in Spain right now or some shit. He's over in the EU. And then he's going to be flying his butt over to Japan. We'll be hanging out, whatever KWC is happening. Bunch of stuff. So not sure exactly when the next one will be recorded, but we're in talks. We're talking about it. All right. So next one up, we have again. Yeah, here we go. Connecting perfectly. KWC talk. Yes. Entries have started. They have about 700 people officially signed in for KWC. If you saw video of last year's, I forgot where I saw. I think on YouTube. Yeah, dudes. And oh man, I found an awesome little rabbit hole of YouTube videos in Japan. So everything's all in Japanese. I searched it, like, of course, in Japanese. Like, you guys can do it too. Everyone knows like the Japanese for Kendama. You find it, copy, paste it, throw that in YouTube, and then type in like KWC maybe, or just the year. And you might find some awesome videos of all over the place. There's a few people out there who have the channel who just find videos that like TV coverage of Kendama, and they'll screen cap that. I don't know how on their TVs. What do they got, like I don't even know what that's called anymore. Take it out there from that and then put it on YouTube. So you can watch so many different people. Like, you got Noah on the news. You got Yua playing for like some variety show. You got Misu, like, showing comedians what Kendama is like and stuff. Really cool. And there's a few of one smaller TV a studio broadcasting company in Hatsukaichi in Hiroshima, following Iki, which is a Dream Kendama Pro. You guys know about Dream Kendama? Maybe I got to do a little information on that. Maybe record it on VHS and digitize it. So what was they have a sling box? Okay. So they record that shit. They put it up. So Iki, Dream Kendama player. So a Kendama company here in Japan, a smaller one, very small, but they have this pro player. And he's one that actually went pretty far into the final 16 for Catch and Flow last year. So there was this news agency that followed him through KWC because he's young and he feels like he can get like a pretty good score and do well. So they followed him last year and they showed footage of last year's Kendama World Cup, like not from just what we saw from the live stream guys, but how the whole kaijo, what is that called in English again? The kaijo, the event space looked, and it was bare bones. It looked so sad. I remember talking with Weens, like when I saw him for KWC, and he was mentioning, he's like, man, he's like me, and it was just like me, Tio, and like Chad. We were the only foreign players there. Then there was like maybe a small, like 2 other people, like just random players. He's like, it was skeleton. So it was sad to see that, but now fills my heart up with joy to see that they have 700 people joining for this, 700 entries so far for Kendama World Cup. This year, it's going down. It seems like there's going to be a lot of people. Again, guys and girls, like COVID virus, pandemic, wearing masks. It's still a thing in Japan. People are still being very, very, very cautious. Okay, so the government has said that, has categorized the virus as a normal, like influenza cold. So yes, you want to be careful when it's winter time and going out, but they're not saying you have to wear masks. You have to like be careful when you go out. All that stuff that you guys have been like years already ahead. So Japan started that these past like just, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. But that said, people are still, wearing the mask. A lot of people, you don't have to. You totally don't have to. But I know when I go out, I still see a lot of people with masks. Any case. So I'm sure that last year's KWC, even though they did it, there's a lot of Japan homies that didn't go to that because they're just like, it was still during like pandemic times and we had to still kind of like stay mega social distance. But here, hey, 700 people so far, amazing turnout. It's going to be really dope. If you are a lucky person who is going to be joining the Kendama World Cup back, I feel like this is going to be a big one. This is going to be a good one. Everyone's going to be back, laughing, slapping, spiking. It's going to be good. Yes. So excited for that. All right, guys. So those are the only posts that I have. Is there anything I missed? The other post that I wanted to talk about was, hey, go to the Grain Theories, not their YouTube channel, but their Instagram account, because they got 2 micro edits from Ben Harold and Tio with some extra doinks from me's in theirs as well. So go check it out because they're ridiculous. Shot really well, good energy. If you like dogs, check out the Ben Harold one. Dude loves dogs, and there's cute little puppers in there. And that's really cool to see. It's not just like a single clip. It's a full mini edit. I don't know if that can be possible. Full and mini at the same time. Other things over on YouTube now, okay? Hey, you want to learn more about the Chrome, Italian stallion Chrome player, Davide, okay? Isaac from Lotus Kendama had talk with him, and I think it's like a 2-hour like pod sit down talk uploaded on the Lotus YouTube channel. Go check that out. Hear about Davide and how he came up in Kendama, what his view of Kendama is, because he's coming up, he's on the rise. He reminds me in ways of a mini Bonds. In ways, okay? So of course, Bonds is on his own tier, but Davide is hitting very interesting flair, very interesting style as well, and it hits me as traces of Bonds, traced with Bonds. Okay, but still really cool. I'm very excited. Dude did awesome at last year's Catch and Flow. Continues to do really well. We see just amazing. So happy to see a deep dive with Davide right there over on the Lotus channel on YouTube. What else? YouTube? Oh, Seoul Kendamas. Yeah, Seoul, they got their summer series back every week. They're hanging out in Japan because it's the Japan Seoul squad that has control of making videos, in charge of making videos and posting one every week. This last video was like 30 minutes with Judu, Misaki, and Mumu. Oh shit, what was his name? Sanao? No, that's different. Any case, 30 minutes with each of them in like a nice like little clip. So hey, you just watch a little video, how they're doing. The one previous was a little interesting because it was when Chado was here in May, this past May, and he introduced the gang to peanut butter and jelly, which is a very, very different thing here in Japan. So if you watched it, I think it's a good like 20-minute watch. It's very interesting to see people try peanut butter and jelly, because in Japan, peanut butter is filled with sugar. It's more like a peanut whip. It is delicious, but it's more like a whip than what we know as peanut butter in North America. And then to mash it up with jelly, it's like, whoa, that's gross. The super sounds very, very bad, but everyone in the Soul Squad had open minds and they tried it out. So yes, go check it out. It's still a fun watch, and just to get a little vibe of what Mumu's like, because they hang out at Mumu and they make the food, the peanut butter and jellies there, and then just to see what it's like, hanging out with the people. That's one thing I always personally really like and want to showcase with Kendertainment. The other side, the human side, the personalities of Kendama players that we all know. We know their style, we see their Kendama play, but who are they really? Right? Want to connect on another type of level. And being here in Japan, hopefully I can do that a lot more with a lot of the Japan homies here, to have everyone, get a better eye, better microscope, on what the Japanese Kendama scene is like. And then we're going over to my last post that I have saved here. Oh, another one like I just saw, I think. Yeah. Was Sweets Kendama's Subtronics. If you are someone who likes EDM music, maybe you probably know about Subtronics. I didn't know about him until I saw him on Sweets. So it looks like he has had a Kendama mod in the past, and he's going to have another one. Now my question is, Sweets, Grizz, where are you guys? Where's Subtronics in the realm of the Sweets mob? Because you got Boogie T, who's like making songs about catching whirlwinds or something. And then you got Subtronics, who had, I guess, just signature mods. And I've heard his partner had a signature mod too, right? I think it was on the weekly Dama news. Someone shared that information with me. So there's a lot of connection with the EDM scene with Sweets. And I guess there's a lot of people who want another mod. So Subtronics seems like is going to be getting another mod. Maybe, hey, it's happening on Twitch right now. Who knows? But I guess, yeah, if you're a fan, get them, because they might sell out quick. Okay. All right. Nice. Oh, swag bags. There we go. California. So I'm just hanging out now. Swag bags for Kendama, California Kendama Cup. We should call it, come on, just California. We should call it like the Surfs Up Cup, maybe? Like, if about California, if just thinking about what my impression of California is, it's just like, hey, like surfer dudes. So if it's like a Surfs Up Cup, it doesn't have to do anything with surfing, but hey, just for Kendama. And they do have that awesome like that bowl. Is that what it's called? A bowl? of a wave kind of special Dama. But in any case, hey, there you go. You got special goodie bags, Damas in the goodie bags. Hey, if you're going to KWC, if you're entered, you also get a goodie bag Kendama, which they've done. And in the past, we haven't had Kendamas, but we had like little plaques. Do I have any right here? I think I got one over here. Let me show you one of those plaques, yo. Yeah, Dan's got one of these. 2014 Kendama World Cup Hatsukaiichi. It says keyaki right there. This is made out of beautiful, beautiful keyaki. You got little pig note, massive pig note, so you can like put that up on the wall. I always wanted to put that on the wall, and still haven't yet. But they used to do these little plaques that Iwata-san, the Muge Muso creator, would create, right? And I guess it was a lot of work for him to do all these things, so he's just in charge of doing the trophy. But we used to get these, and now it's turned over to Yamagata Kobo, the factory that makes Ozoras, to create kendamas specifically for Kendama World Cup. So hey, that's awesome. In the past, we had a Yumu one with one of those like rubber band jams on there, and it's cool to see that they are making kendamas for these events, because that's the thing to do now. The first maybe kendama that I got like for an event was probably like catch and flow. This turned into a little show and tell episode, a little show and tell corner of weekly Dama news. The first Tama, it was set on a Ken as well, but I got rid of the Ken. I just wanted to save the Tama. Catch and flow Tama, 2014, another 2014 freestyle World Cup, World Champions. So this was another one that came out, was my first kind of like, oh, cool, you get Damas for signing up to be entered in this competition. Something special that you can get only if you're entered. So that makes you, feels really cool. So that's going down. So there's more special goodie bags, cool stuff that you get if you enter in to these events. Support. That's a lot of stuff. I don't know how much like entry fee is, but to get an actual kendama back in return, I'll take it. Why not? Oh, wait. Ozora came out with a new paint recently. Ordered some with my buddy. It was on the Spin Gear website. It says throws before hose in the chat. I did not know about that. Hey, I just totally passed over Sue Lab. Sue Lab's got a new clear. What was it called again? The Evolution Clear? It's not Revo Clear, Evo Clear. I think it's just Revolution Clear. Where we found it. Evolve Clear, never Revolution. Evolve Clear. Right now, it's the one that they've been posting on. Do they have just a solid picture of it? Yes. This one, the Evolve Clear with the kendama, with the Kawagoe's trademark bell tower right there that we have in Kawagoe, with the crashable hole, crashable ring. Different kind of paint. I mean, I haven't tried it, but if you guys zoom, it's probably not really great quality here. If you zoom, it looks like there's a good amount of texture on there. So it's definitely a matte. I don't think I even touched one of these when he had his event. He had a few of them. But new style of paint, possibly connected with another type of paint in Tama that I've never played but heard a lot about, the Esteban, right? Clears that he's got. I've heard people say that it's kind of like there's like a grit, a feeling to it. So, hey, that's another one, different kind of clears that's coming out. Thought Sue was just like, hey, friction clear, but then we see all these other people creating different types of awesome clears and paints for their Tamas. So it looks like Sue has been watching and has got something up his sleeve. All right. Where we go? Last, okay, clip of the week, and then we're going to Q&A, or maybe not. No, we got no questions so far. If you got a question, put it in the question tool or in the question area, and I'll do a Q&A at the very end, which is really close. So my clip of the week is going to go to, I saw some ridiculous bangers in between when I saved this post, I remember, and now, but it's going to be going to Jajobi, Lunar Tech from Jajobi. I'm sure you guys saw this one too. From Inward Lunar, and tapping the Sarado So it barrel rolls. So nicely. Oh my gosh, not even just, oh, he throws it from throws it from a corked, my gosh. I don't even need any words. There you go, Jajobi, Jake Bishop. Amazing. Amazing. All right, guys. That's it for weekly Dama news. Thank you so much. If anyone's got any questions, I'm going to be wrapping up right now. But anyone got any questions? Question time, Q&A. If not, then just listen to me spiel on the outro. So weekly Dama news coming out every week. Doing a live stream here on Instagram. So definitely be a part of it so you can be interactive because this is what it's about. But if you cannot, if you're just jumping in right now, I'm going to be taking this and uploading it as a full-on podcast so you can listen to it wherever you want, wherever you please, as well as taking this video and moving it over to YouTube on the weekly Dama News YouTube channel. Sign up, go leave comments, go likes and stuff. And so I can help grow that channel so more people get eyes on it. But it's a really easy way to scrub through the video and pick up where you were last time and whatnot. So, hey, check that stuff out. Dama Nerds, episode 5A is out. Go check it. It's deep. Audio is like so-so. It's tough to get one mic to capture everyone. There's a lot of table bouncing, table movements, touching the tables and whatnot. But it was a good time to talk with the Soul homies, and hopefully in this year and near future, we can have more solo one-on-one talks with the Soul Squad that was here. That's it. Weekly Dama News. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Keep it clean.